everyone, it's Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm a reseller. I've been reselling for 17 years and I absolutely love it. And today I have a Goodwill haul for you. We just returned from vacation. We went hiking in South Dakota and it was absolutely amazing. I had no idea how beautiful it was. So I am going to show you a few clips from the vacation so I can show you where we went. And then I'm going to show you thrifting in South Dakota. It's always fun to go somewhere new and see what different Goodwills are like. And we found a Goodwill that was really close to where we were staying. So one day after hiking all day long, it was our last day in South Dakota. And I was like, I really want to go to Goodwill. Will you just let me stop in there? I will be less than 30 minutes. And so of course my husband said, okay, sure. And I didn't think I could do it in less than 30 minutes, but I checked on Life 360 and it was only 23 minutes. And I ended up getting 26 items. I spent $111 and I added everything up and it has a resale value of $510 based on recent sold comps. And I will also be announcing the winner of the June 15th giveaway. So to get started though, let's break right here and I'll show you a little bit of South Dakota and thrifting inside the Goodwill there. 938 miles and over 15 hours. South Dakota, here we come. We got up and it was my birthday and we got to go hiking. We first went to Custer State Park. We wanted to hike up to Black Elk Peak and I had researched and it said at 7,244 feet, it is the highest summit in the United States east of the Rocky Mountains. Now you're starting at a higher elevation. So our climb, according to my Garmin watch, 1,539 feet of ascent. It took us 3 hours and 54 minutes, but we weren't going at a super fast pace. We were stopping to look at things and take pictures and videos, and the terrain was pretty easy. We saw families, children, so it was not difficult hiking. When you got to the very top, there were areas that got a little bit more steep and people were stopped on the side sometimes and trying to catch their breath a little bit. So at the very end, it does have a little bit more of a steep terrain, but we got to the top and loved it. That was absolutely incredible. That might have been one of my favorite things of the trip. The next day we went to Mount Rushmore and it was amazing. When we were driving up, I look up out the window and just see Mount Rushmore and I was like, wow, that's amazing that I've seen pictures of it my entire life, and then just to look up and see it was really neat. And that one we had planned for an entire day there. We were like, we're going to do everything there. Well, we were only there about an hour and we had done everything. There are paths that you can walk up and see different angles where you get different views. We went into the different buildings and really by about an hour we were finished. So after we left Mount Rushmore, we went down to Keystone and it's just like a little town, and there was a part where they carved wood with chainsaws and there were some really neat pieces of art. So we looked at that and admired that for a little while. Then we stopped, split a chicken sandwich and it was so good. And then we decided to go back to Custer State Park. So we went to Sylvan Lake, which we had parked at the base of the lake to go hiking the previous day, but we got out and we walked around. It was so beautiful. I was not wearing the right clothes. I put on like just a little summer dress because I thought Mount Rushmore, I don't need to wear shorts. So I was dressed inappropriately, but it was just fine because it was, again, not like serious steep climbing, but we saw some beautiful sights. I saw so many little chipmunks.
He's posing for you.
Yes, oh my goodness.
Get him?
I'm getting him.
Wow, you're close up.
Yeah. All along the trip, on all of the hikes, I saw chipmunks. So that was fun to see that. The first night we ate at Dakota Steakhouse and I asked the waiter, he said he had lived there all his life. I was like, if there was only one thing that I should do when I'm here, what should I do? And he said, the needles. So we did that. You drive through this tunnel. It's a one-way tunnel. We are approaching the tunnel and it is a pretty tight squeeze. Just one vehicle at a time can go. So there are cars lined up on both sides and everyone just takes turns. We went through the tunnel and it was really neat, but the best thing was coming out on the other side. We parked the car and got out, and again, the views are just absolutely breathtaking. South Dakota is so pretty. I think I used the word amazing, beautiful, breathtaking so many times during this trip. I highly recommend doing that if ever you are in the area. And then another thing that I heard about was the wildlife loop. So we went that you could see a lot of bison. So I was so excited to see that. But before we got to the wildlife loop, right when we were coming out of the Needles, we look out to the side and there's a bison. Oh my gosh. Wow.
That's amazing.
So that was pretty exciting. Then we went to the wildlife loop. Nothing. We saw, I think, maybe a couple squirrels and one deer, and that was it. But I know other people see lots and lots of wildlife, so I guess we were just there at the wrong time, but it was still beautiful scenery to see. Then where we were staying was a short walk to downtown, and as we had driven by, we saw there were all these statues of presidents on each of the street corners. So we thought that was really cool, and we would like to go for a walk for dinner and just see if we found somewhere cool to eat. And so we stopped and we looked at all the statues and posed with some of them and took pictures. We were walking around, we were stopping and looking at a menu, and it was a restaurant called The Wine Cellar. And a person came out and she was so nice and she asked if we wanted to come in. So we went in, and this restaurant was so delicious. We each got a pizza, and it's all made with I think it was like local fresh ingredients. It was incredible. So we enjoyed homemade pizzas, and there was enough to take home that we had leftovers for the next day. So that was a treat, and just the people there were so nice. Then the next day we got up and I was so excited to go to the Badlands. Oh my goodness, it was tough. This is the Badlands before we knew what was coming. It was beautiful, but it was tough. I'm going to talk more about this later in the video while I'm cleaning shoes. Then the next day, we drove to Spearfish, and another just absolutely gorgeous place. This had a lot of running water. Waterfalls, streams. We hiked 6.29 miles. It took us 2 hours and 59 minutes, and our total ascent was 853 feet. But the interesting thing was the first trails that we went on were very easy, very flat, like there were little kids running along. It was very easy. It was like just going for a nice little stroll. My husband found this trail, and it said it was a 1,000 feet ascent and just 0.75 miles. So I was like, yes, let's go on that. Watch only counted about 653, but the sign said 1,000. So either my watch was off or their sign was off, but it was pretty steep, especially at the end. I was taking giant steps up and I was breathing heavily just hiking up. So I love that kind of hiking. That's like what I expected. I like the tougher trails and steeper. And so that 0.75 miles was probably my favorite. We made it to the top. It was beautiful. We made it to the top. Going down, I was worried being that steep would be very difficult, but there were so many rocks and roots that you were able to plant your feet in them, so it ended up great. So that is a little summary from the trip. South Dakota was amazing, beautiful. I think it is time to go shopping now. We went to the Goodwill in Rapid City. When I looked it up, it said Goodwill of the Great Plains. It was very large. The prices were excellent. The employees were so nice. It was very clean. I was very impressed with this store.
what I should do, and I wish you would be right here with me.
I took a quick survey of the store and felt a little overwhelmed. There was so much, but I decided since I had such a limited amount of time, I needed to start in an area where I had a pretty good knowledge base and items that I could look through quickly. Shoes are displayed where you can easily look over them, and the prices were great.
Now it's too late, I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. My heart keeps on bleeding.
I spotted this pair of shoes and they looked like they could be special. Normally when I see something that looks like bowling shoes, I will look at them, and these said Union Made in the USA. They were a nice black leather, so I definitely picked them up and they were a score. Then I went over to the jackets because I thought since it's hot outside, maybe people have not gone through the jackets as much, so maybe I will have the opportunity to find something really great. But I didn't. I found a lot of just very common, average brands that would not sell for much at all, or maybe they were a very oversaturated brand. So I did find a couple things to take home, but not very many.
I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of...
This jacket was the brand Penman's. I had not heard of it before, but the tag looked kind of vintage to me. The materials felt very high quality. There was lots of embroidery and a cool closure. So I thought for $4.75, I will take that home. It's a really nice jacket.
I've been in your waters, been knocking at your door. I know one thing for sure, I've never been so close before. You were truly my love, but it was over so fast. Just one thing to discover, no, it was never built to last. It's one way or the other, no way in between. I ain't getting any younger, and you will stay forever a dream.
Bras were just $3.50, and they had them hanging so nicely where it was easy to go through them quickly. I concentrated on brands that I had sold before and knew sold well, and also larger sizes. I ended up taking 5 bras home.
It was never built to last.
Then I went over to the games, and there were so many, but I knew that I did not have the knowledge base to spend a lot of time in that section. There are a few that I know to look out for, so I just scanned them, and I was impressed with how many they had and just how nice of condition everything seemed to be in. But I kept moving along.
Looking for.
I could have spent 10 hours in that store. I ended up last looking at the dresses, and I quickly grabbed quite a few dresses, and then I went and checked out. Goodwill was so big. I could not believe it. And I thought, what I have to do is I just need to concentrate on items that I know that I have experience with, because if I look up comps, I'm not going to get anything. And I thought, hopefully I can just find 5 things. I just want to be able to bring 5 things home. I could not believe how many things I actually found, but I know I probably skipped on a lot of great things. Even walking out the door, I saw things and I was like, oh, I wish I could have looked that up. But I am really happy with what I got. And that's why it pays off. After you have sold things a few times or researched things, then you know different things to pick up. So even if I didn't have the ability to look up very much, I feel like I still found some really good things. So before we get started though, I need to announce the winner of last month's giveaway. I will scroll the screen recording on this side. I said when I got back on Monday, the 27th at 9 a.m. Central Time, I've used a random YouTube comment picker. So you can see on the side right at 9 o'clock, I hit start and the winner was Monica Lane. So congratulations, Monica. If you just email me at love2shop242@gmail.com, I will send your box of inventory right out to you. And if you did not win this month, come back next month because I'll have another one on July 15th. Okay, we will start with shoes. I saw these and I thought those look kind of cool. They look nice. I looked inside and they said hide, and I noticed that they said Union made in the USA, Goodyear welt. I saw it was really nice leather. They were in great condition. And so I decided I'm going to take a chance on these. I have not even cleaned up the shoes yet. I have gone through and created drafts for everything, researched everything, cleaned almost everything except for not all of the shoes. And then I will have everything listed hopefully by the time this video comes out. But these are just in wonderful condition. They're size 11.5 leather. And according to the sole comps, I think I can get at least $50 for this pair of shoes. So it was definitely worth taking a gamble on these. Wow, I was so excited. I love my job. These sold the same day that I listed them. I looked up my emails and I listed them at 1:14 p.m. They sold at 9:05 p.m. So that's just 7 hours and 51 minutes. They sold for a gross amount of $64.97. After fees and postage, I received back $45.48. My cost of goods was $4.75 and my profit was $40.73. Then my husband found this pair of shoes. He brought these to me and he was like, look, these are clip-in shoes for triathlons, and it says Tri7 on the side, Hawaii, and they looked in pretty good condition. And it's interesting, my husband will find things that I don't find. He's a triathlete, so he recognized right away that these cost a lot and they could be valuable. I looked them up and there weren't a lot of sold comps, but there were a few and they were for a really good amount. I think I can get anywhere between $30 to $50 for these. They are a women's size 5.5, so a small size. So that might take the value down a little bit, or they might just take a little longer to sell, but I'm really glad that I picked them up, and some cycling shoes can be worth a lot of money. Then I saw these boots, and there was a place up at the front, and they had shoes that I guess they thought were more valuable, and they just would have one shoe out and the prices were a lot higher. Well, I decided I was not even going to spend a lot of time on those because I knew I would end up just sitting there and researching. But then I found these boots and they weren't marked up. But I looked at the bottom and I noticed that was Twisted X. So they must not have known that this was a pretty valuable brand. These, I ended up looking them up. They retail for $199. And according to the sold comps, I think I should be able to get at least $70 for these. And they only cost $7.25. After I clean these, I always use saddle soap and then bear grease for conditioner. I think these will look really, really nice. Okay, so I'm going to quickly clean these shoes and I will tell you about the Badlands as I clean the shoes. I was so excited to go to the Badlands. I heard about it, raced through it, and I've heard it's really hard. I'm using the saddle soap first. And so I was excited to go to it, and it was beautiful. Like, just when you go out and you see all the structures, it was absolutely gorgeous. And as we started hiking, we noticed that there were not a lot of people hiking. And my husband was like, I think most people just drive through this and don't hike. And I was like, yeah, but we're going hiking. And when we started the trail, there was a logbook for safety, and it said to put your name, what trail you're hiking, what time you left, what your car license plate number was, so that they make sure that you got back. And that should have been a little bit of a warning, because I've never seen anything like that before. So we signed the log, and it was really hot and dry that day, and we took a couple bottles of water, but apparently it was not nearly enough. And although the terrain wasn't super difficult to hike through, it was mainly flat. Like, there were a few inclines, but not too much. It was so hot and so dry, and there wasn't any shade, that it just made it feel so hot. And I think we had started getting a little bit dehydrated, my husband especially. This is the guy that like can run triathlons, and he said, or he felt worse after that than after doing an Ironman. And so it was pretty tough. So if you ever go, it is amazing and beautiful, but make sure that if it is a hot day in the 90s, that you take a lot of water, because the conditions just feel extra rough there. But I'm glad that we did it. It was beautiful and amazing. Wow, these are really nice. This feels like kind of a little bit of suede. So I'm just using my saddle soap to clean them, and then I will put a coating of bear grease on them. I will use a little bit of Shoe Renew to make them smell really good. I love this bear grease. I'm not going to put it on this part because this feels like a little bit of suede, but I'm going to put just a very light layer. I'm using the dry part of this sock around this base area. So it makes it look so nice. It makes the leather feel so good. But I definitely wouldn't use it on anything that feels like suede. Just look at the difference. I think it just makes one so much nicer. And then usually you wait till overnight to let that soak in, and then you just wipe it off like this. But I'm not going to, because I need to get these photographed and listed so I can finish this video and get this video out. So still makes such a difference. Then I found these Vince Camuto perforated booties, and I got a pair that I thought was kind of similar to this in a thread rescue box. And I was trying to remember, I thought, oh, I think those sell for around $20, $25. It's definitely worth it to pay $4.75 for these. I looked up comps and I could not find the exact shoe for these using Google Lens, and I could not find a style or a size. So that takes the value down. So I think I might only get about $15 for these. I estimate that I think they're about a size 8, but I'm going to measure them and put a size chart on. But according to just me putting them on, I felt like they were about a size 8. But I'll do a little more research, and I think I'll be able to get about $15 for these. Then I got this pair of shoes, and I thought these were cute. They were a little bit dirty, but I used a magic eraser and they came out so nicely. Then I just threw them in the washing machine and they look really good now. And I thought I might keep them, but they were just a little bit big on me, so I think I'm going to go ahead and sell them. These cost $4.75, and according to Soul Comps, I think they should sell for around $20 to $25. Then I went to the lingerie section because they were hanging, and I thought that's so nice because at my Goodwill, they just have them piled up high on a shelf and I can never see them very well. So when I go into a Goodwill and they're hanging and I can just go through them easily, I love that. And I knew I didn't have a lot of time, and there were a few things that now I went back and looked at the video and I was like, Oh, I wish I had gotten that, but I think I chose the best things. And what I did was I usually try to concentrate on larger sizes. I find that those sell better, they sell faster, and they can usually sell for more money. And I went for brands that I had sold before and I knew sold well. So the first one is Torrid. I love Torrid, and this one is in excellent condition, and it is a size 46 double D, so a great size, very nice. All the bras cost $3.50, and according to Sold Comps, I think this one should sell for at least $15. And on all of these numbers, I'm being conservative on what I say that I think that they can sell for. I think maybe it could sell for $18, but I know I can get at least $15. And that way I'm not inflating prices at all. This is another Torrid bra, and the comps look really good on this one, and it's so pretty. And so I was able to find the exact style, and this one is Torrid Curve, and it had a style number in it. So I looked up the style number, it pulled up the exact bra, so I was able to get the exact description for it. I found out the retail price was $59.95. The stock photo looked really pretty, so I will go ahead and put that in the listing, and I will say picture number 2 is a stock photo so that I can give you another view of the item. But all of the other photos are of the actual bra. I already created all the drafts, so all my listings are pretty much ready to go. I just have to clean a couple more shoes and take photos, and then they're ready to go. So this one, according to Sold Comps, should go for around $20 to $25. And these prices are plus shipping. Like on eBay, that's the price plus shipping, or on Poshmark, I think it should go for $20 or $25. And then of course the shipping is separate on Poshmark. Then this one I picked up because again, it was a good size, and I know I've personally purchased this brand before, Wacoal, and I remember it was pretty expensive. I got it at Dillard's, and it was a pretty pricey brand. After purchasing it myself, I knew to look out for that brand, and this one is a 36 triple D, and again, I looked at the style number that I found on it, and I was able to find information on this exact bra. It is in excellent condition, and according to Sold Comps, I think it should be able to sell for at least $30. Then this one is another brand that I picked up because I have sold it before. It is the brand Natori, and I think I picked up this brand on my San Antonio haul, not this year, but the year before, and it was sold like that. And I picked it up in the past also and purchased it myself personally, and it usually sells well for a good amount. If I can sell a bra, if I can get it for $3.50 and sell it for $15 or more, then I am great with this. And this I looked up, and it actually is called the Recharge Sports Bra, and it had pretty good comps. I think it should be able to sell for at least $18. Then I found 2 of the same brand, and this is Bali. These are both size 38 triple D, and so I thought I would pair these together, and they are satin. They're also minimizer bra, and they have this tonal leopard print, so I thought they were really pretty and really nice condition. There were a few other bras that I thought were pretty good, but I would see some wear around the edges, and they just didn't look quite as nice. So I left those behind. I concentrated on just trying to pick up the ones in the best condition. So I was really happy with what I got in that section. Then my husband found an Adidas backpack, and right before we went on the trip, he was like, I need a new backpack. He found this one. It looked so nice, and it had a patch on it. And something we decided to do on that trip, when we went to Mount Rushmore, we went to the gift shop, and we saw these patches. So my husband had a great idea, and whenever we visit like a national forest or a national monument or someplace on vacation, we're going to get patches, and we're going to get like denim jackets and put them all over our jackets, or he thought a backpack or something. So we got this from Mount Rushmore. So one of these are one is for him and one is for me. And then when we went to the Badlands, we got these patches, and I wish we had gotten one from Custer State Park, so I'm going to have to look online for patches from Custer State Park because that was amazing. And also Spearfish was amazing. So I need to get patches from there also since we didn't get them while we were there. And my husband found these, and it's a brand new package of body warmers, and I love these things. I use them all the time in the winter whenever we go to football games or go running outside or anything outside because I get so cold, and even in the house. My husband likes it pretty cold, so I will use them in the house because I get cold. So these were only $4, so this is a keeper for me. I looked them up on Amazon and they were $14.90. I would say these have a value. I could resell them on Amazon for $14.90, but I think I will keep them because I love them. So I might not make money on these, but I will end up saving money on these. Next, my husband found these shorts and he thought he would like these for himself, and they are PGA Tour and they are size 32, and he's like, is that my size? And I was like, I don't think so. I think you wear about a 33 or a 34. And he's like, yeah, I think these will fit. These are like new. He was like, we should get these. They were only $5.25, but he got them home and they were too tight. So he said I could sell them. And normally I don't pick up this brand, although it's really nice. The sell-through rate isn't great, but since he picked them up, he was wanting them for himself. I'm going to sell them anyway. I looked up on eBay, and when I looked up specifically size 32 in PGA Tour golf shorts, there were 138 listed and only 51 sold. So that is only a 37% sell-through rate. So I'm going to not list these at the highest amount, or else they will take forever to sell. When I thought, I wonder if the sell-through rate is better on a bigger size, because normally it is. So I tried filtering it by size 38, and there were 745 listed in size 38. And only 231 sold. So a 31% sell-through rate for size 38. So the smaller size actually had a better sell-through rate. So I was surprised on that one. I still think I can get about $15 for these, and they're a really nice color and they're just in perfect condition. So I'll still make money. I probably would not have picked them up, but now that I have them, I will definitely try to sell them. Then this jacket is a Boulder Gear, and I thought this was just in perfect condition, and so I thought, I bet that is good. It was also a green tag, so it was half off. It was the only half off item that I got that day, so it was only $2.38. And according to Sold Comps, I think that I can sell it for about $20 to $25. Then I got this little shorts romper. It's so cute, and it is Victoria's Secret, size small. It is lyocell, and it has kind of that denim chambray look. It's got this elastic waistband, and it is a halter style. And I showed my husband this, and he's like, oh, I bet you're going to keep that. And so I haven't tried it on yet, but I like it. If it fits me, I will keep it. It cost $5.25. And I think the resale value is about $15. So sometimes I will pick things up if I think, ooh, I might like that. Even if I think it's probably not going to sell for a lot, if there's a chance I might be able to keep it, I'll go ahead and take a gamble, and I'm okay with not making a lot on it. So we will try that on, and I will pop up the listing if I'm listing it, or if I'm keeping it, there will be no listing popped up. Then I wasn't really watching the time. I was just trying to hurry as fast as I could, and I felt like it was getting close to time, so I was going to the checkout, and then I saw the dresses, and I was like, oh, I can just look through the dresses really quickly, and I ended up picking up quite a few. The first one is Talbot's, and it is this pretty blue dress, and it is Talbot's Women, and it has an X, and it has this pretty detail on the sleeves. And I discovered something really neat when I was trying to find this exact dress on Google Lens. I went through and I did an image search, and I had not ever noticed this before, but there was a little box at the top that let me refine my search a little bit more. So I was able to put in the brand Talbot's, and it helped me find dresses dresses that looked like this that were Talbot. So that was amazing. And then I started doing that on all of the other dresses, and it really helped me find items and narrow things down even more. So I was so excited about that. But the dresses were $5.25 each. And according to Soul Comps, I think I can sell this one for at least $25 plus shipping. This is the box that I'm referring to where you can add the brand now. So I take a picture and do a visual search, then I refine it by adding the brand in that box up at the top. Then another Talbot's one, and I was able to find this one using Google Lens also. And it is a Talbot size 8, and it is just this sheath style, geometric print, and I just love Talbots, and I'm so glad that it is selling really well again, because just the fabric is so quality. It is just such a nice brand. So I am so happy to be picking up Talbots again and that it's selling well. Then Fabletics. I usually like selling Fabletics, and it never sells for a lot, but it usually sells quickly. I looked up this one, and I again used Google Lens, and it pulled up a lot of things that look similar to this, but then when I was able to refine it and also put in Fabletics, I found the exact dress, went to Fabletics, was able to get the name of it, the exact description, everything. I was able to copy and paste that in my listing, and it just made it so easy. And it looks like there are a lot of these out there, so I'm going to price on the lower end. This one is a size medium, so a good size, and I think this one will sell for around $12. So not a lot, but it also didn't take me a long time to list it. This dress that I have on is a Liz Claiborne dress, and I loved it. I thought it was so cute. I didn't think it would fit me, but I thought maybe it would. It was kind of my style, but it's too big. I actually have it like I have all the material in the back squinched together with a ponytail, and it's too long on me. So I had thought maybe it'll fit me, but it didn't. So I could take it to alterations and possibly see if she could take it in a little bit and shorten it a little bit so that I could keep it, or I might just sell it. But I love the colors, and the fabric is really nice. Claiborne can sometimes do really well if it's a very substantial, nice dress, or sometimes not very well at all. But if I sell it, it'll probably sell for around $15. And the same with this one. This is DR2. And it is just a pretty black dress. It has a solid layer underneath, and then it has this sheer layer on top with Swiss dots. And I just thought this was really cute. I haven't tried this one on yet, but this was one that I thought I would like also. So I will either keep it, or if not, I think it has a resale value of about $18. I was able to find this one also by Google Lens and then putting in the brand, and it has a retail value of $112, but it doesn't resell for a lot. Then I couldn't resist picking up this Columbia jacket. Columbia jackets usually sell. Sometimes you can get like a vintage jacket that is special and it will sell for a lot, but normally they'll sell for me for around $20 or so. And what I like on them is sometimes they will have the gender. So this one is a women's size large, and I don't think this is one that will sell for a lot, but it only cost $4.75, and I should be able to sell it for about $20. Then this one, I had not heard of the brand, but it was so pretty. It had the embroidery. I liked the closure, all the details, and it looked vintage to me. It's called Penman. So I just thought this was so nice that it was worth it. And I thought, even if it's not a big deal, I think it's so nice that I can easily sell it for $20. And when I looked up Soul Comps, I think it will sell for around $25 or $30. But I just thought it was so pretty. So when I added all of this up, it should have a resale value of about $510. So I will go through, I will complete all of these listings. I will have them in both my eBay store, Love to Shop 242, and my Poshmark closet. I'm going to put it in my smaller closet that I have pre-owned items, which is Love to Shop 242 too. So if you want to see these items and how I actually listed them, you're more than welcome to look at them. So that is everything that I have for you today. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. And if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it so much. And if you're not subscribed and would like to join me again, I would love to have you back. Just hit the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for watching, and everybody have a great day. Bye.
Okay, I had to pop in a couple more photos. We also went to the city of Deadwood and we just walked around, looked in all the shops, and there were some really unique things there. One thing that we thought was funny was they had all these bar stools and we had to sit on them and take pictures because they just cracked us up, and I got the funniest picture of my husband. Every time I see this photo, I laugh and laugh. So this is truly the end now.